Hey, I'm Luke.
And I'm Andy.
Welcome to Show of the Weekend.
Are you still giggling about that near automata head that Xtra fan and Res attendee Ben Winker made for you?
We're just looking at it now. It's funny. Yes! There we go. Oh my god. Hi guys. Hello Mike. Subscribe.
Well, that's Luke! Nearly gave me a heart attack. Take that off.
Sorry, I was just grabbing a juice. Take what off?
Show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend.
That was viewer Reckless Athena there, bossing the Show of the Weekend theme on the ukulele, and there I was thinking that I was the only one with the intricate musical knowledge to handle that most delicate and multi-layered of themes.
It's incredible they managed that feat of musicality.
Yes, it is.
It's incredible.
Genuinely.
And that was all going on at Res, where we got a chance to meet all of you and had a great time doing it as well.
Yeah, it was really, really brilliant to see you all. Like, honestly, amazing. So thank you very much, everyone who came down, and yeah, it was lovely. Really lovely to meet you.
Also at Res, apart from lovely people, were video games, which I understand that you played several of.
Yes, Ellen and I played some. Let's journey back into my mind.
Happy Res, Ellen. Hey, there it is. That's proof. That's proof. So don't try and write in and say you weren't really there, okay?
We were.
Because we were. We
Yeah.
provably were.
As of recording, this is just the Friday, and we've already played so many games. Like, this day has absolutely whizzed by. I think my favourite game that I've played today is Oh My God Head. It's so much fun.
Oh my god, it was really fun. We played it with Jane, this sort of top-down brawler.
Yeah.
With these kind of fixed arenas, and you basically just have to hit your opponents. But what's kind of different about it and what I didn't expect was that it's super unforgiving.
Yeah.
Like, it's a one-shot kill sort of thing. There's no health bars, no being like knocked off the side like Smash Brothers. Like, if something touches you, you die. So it felt like every sort of movement, every attack had all this consequence. Could sort of run up and try and hit someone with a stick.
Yeah.
But if you missed,
they had you.
That's it. They've got you.
That was it.
But the rounds are very fast and frantic, so it didn't really matter if you're sort of dead or whatever.
Yeah.
It sounds bleak, but I mean it with in a positive way.
Yeah. There were lots of different maps to it as well. The lava one was great, and the Grecian one where you're like up in the sky. It was kind of like an Olympus type place. And it was just like, while I just fell off. I just fell in lava. So
never mind. It's just a bit of lava. That'll wash out. It'll be fine. Another fighty game we played was Dimambo on the Switch.
Yes, that was really fun. It was like Smash Brothers, but like pixelated, and everyone was just like a ball, and we were each color coded.
Yeah.
And Andy won twice.
Yes, he did. So well done him.
In order. All of your faces.
What I really liked about that was how super stripped down it was. So like the way it was sold to us was like it's a one-button Smash Brothers, which isn't quite true because you can also jump. But apart from that, that's basically what it is. So there's one button to attack, and you can do different attacks by holding the button down for a different length of time. Man, that was really, really fun. And we just played XO1.
Yes, XO1.
The weirdest thing here.
You're just a ball, and you have control over like the gravity, and you can then also glide. So it's kind of like building your speed on the way down hills.
Yeah.
And then but it feels really satisfying. I love games where you feel like the controls are actually doing something more than just moving a character on a screen.
Yes.
You just feel like, I can feel myself going down this hill a little bit.
It made me think a lot of the Tony Hawk's games, and when you just hit a trick and come down the half pipe and hit the jump at just the right point, and it's immensely satisfying.
Yeah. Jane did some VR where she was, instead of being the hero of a game, she was the shopkeeper.
Not everyone can be the hero.
No.
And it's a game that really hammers that fact home.
Oh, hammers, it's an awful pun.
Well, it wasn't deliberate, but I'm retconning it and claiming it as a great pun. Because yes, there is forging, and yes, there is smelting.
Yeah. One game that we did play today was Town of Light. Which
Town
is
of Light,
really dark horror game, very much more psychological Like, not so much like jump scares.
But that's the thing, like, it doesn't really matter if there's a jump scare. It's not the jump scare that's frightening, is it? It's the walking around and the flashlight and there's a ghost, there's a spooky ghost behind me.
Happening.
I just know it.
But I was actively like really far back from
we went through all of the Ellen phases of video game terror. There's stage 1, which is just an unwillingness to move or touch the controller. There's stage 2, which is a series of noises. And then there's the third stage, which I've only seen a couple of times. It's really quite rare, where Ellen physically distances herself from this and sort of plays like this, like.
Sandy, you've been playing an indie game yourself, haven't you?
It's Thimbleweed Park, which is an adventure game in the old school 90s style.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to tell you about it.
Good?
It's good. I like it.
How long were you going to let that body rot in the river?
The river is so chock full of chemicals from the old pillow factory. It's better off there than in a tub of formaldehyde.
Just incredible nostalgia for those 90s point-and-click adventure games. It has concessions to sort of modern gaming, especially...
like how they're concessions.
Yeah, there are concessions. Like, I'm not happy about it.
Not like, and it takes some of the great advancements in gaming from now. It's like, concessions.
Fine.
Ugly compromises have been made.
So on the controller, I'm playing on the Xbox version. You can hit the right bumper button and it'll move between all the different hotspots on the screen. So it's like, those are all the interactable objects that you can do.
Okay, so you don't have to like
scroll around and go all pixel
sticks.
hunting for something that you can interact with. It'll like automatically highlight them.
That is good, because something that always used to annoy me in those games is when there's one tiny element on the screen.
Yeah, and you need to spot it and you don't know where it is. You can also press X on things and that'll do the most likely verb. So if it's something you want to look at, it'll look at it. If it's someone you can talk to, it'll talk to. So you have to go all the way down to talk to, all the way back up. So that saves you some time.
So it's quick. Quick on the draw.
Well, it's kind of to do with the story of the game, I guess, is you're playing as these two FBI agents. You've come to a town to investigate a murder.
Do they look like Mulder and Scully?
They look exactly like Mulder and Scully.
Looks like he's been in the water for 24 hours. You can tell by the pixelation around the nose.
They look exactly like Mulder and Scully. And you can swap between the two characters. It's like the trigger buttons on the controller. And there are a lot of puzzles that require you to use both characters. So, for example, using one character to phone someone up to distract them, and then when they go off to deal with something, the other character who's still there can fiddle with things in their shop.
Oh,
and
nice!
Things like that.
Just mess everything up.
So
that would be Mulder. Scully would be the one on the phone.
Scully would be the sensible.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll go investigate, and then Mulder's like, push everything around.
Over.
Aliens are real.
Sunflower seeds all over your desk. And the puzzles themselves so far have been really good, intuitive. There was one puzzle which I feel I should have been able to solve a different way than I did. I was quite annoyed about it. I don't know if I want to go into spoilers about it.
Don't do spoilers, but maybe like mime it.
Okay, I needed to get this thing off that. So I was like, oh, I can take this and put it in there and press that, and then the thing will come off that and I can use it on the thing.
And this is a family game.
Yes, it is. So I took the thing out and it didn't work, and it turned out I had to put both the things in the thing, and then that would have worked.
That happens to me so often.
I had the right idea.
Yeah.
But it was like, no, you had to do it in this order, and I was like, well, I think the order I had it in would have worked actually.
Now tell me it, but we'll beep it because it's spoilers.
So I needed to get some off.
Sure.
So I was like, oh, them off, right?
Of course.
So I had and I'm like, I'll put the and I'll take it out and it'll be all and I'll use that and it was like, no, you have to put the and the in the.
What? That's
like,
ridiculous.
I'm not.
Yeah, they'll go all.
Exactly. So yeah, I was right and the game was wrong. The other cool thing about it is you're not just playing as those characters. There's a bunch of other different characters that you play as part of these like playable flashbacks. You'll meet a character and they'll go, oh, let me tell you about Ransom the Clown over at the old circus.
I never want to hear about Ransom the Clown.
There's another one I've just been playing as, where you play as a ghost. Instead of like your usual pick up, pull, talk to things, you've got like wail, moan, despair, which is great.
Nice. Sounds like it's got that humour of that era of games.
Yeah, it does. If I had a criticism of it, it's that it doesn't feel quite as charming as the older, like Monkey Island, Dare the Tentacle ones. It tends to be a bit more sort of dry humour than I felt like Monkey Island was a lot more.
cynical times.
Well, it is set in 1987, so I don't know, maybe everyone was just like that in 1987. It does have the kind of...
I will let you continue.
No, please tell me what happened in 1987.
Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up came out, so
the world was never the same.
things really changed after that.
Well, we all got through it in whatever way we could. For some people, that was dry humour.
If you can call it living, what we have now since then.
Don't give up, Luke.
Still
Never
hope.
Never give.
Never going
Give up.
to give.
Never let yourself down.
Okay.
Never run around.
Never run around.
It has one of my favourite joke formats for point-and-click adventures.
Yeah.
Was the one where you would have, you get like 4 conversation options you can choose from, and one of them would be lots of variations on the same joke, and you would keep clicking it, and it would go on and on and on for about 15 or 16 responses, and then there would be a really anticlimactic punchline. You could talk to the sheriff about the diner, and he'd say, do you know anywhere you can get good pie? And he's like, well, it's the diner, but they've got botulism. And it's like, do you know anywhere you can get good hot dogs? And he's like, well, there's the diner, but they've got salmonella. And you can go through for about 15 responses, and then you say, why do you keep going to the diner? And he says,
I get a 5% law enforcement discount.
and you're like, that wasn't really a strong enough punchline for the amount of time I put into this conversation.
But in a way, the joke itself is
was the fact that I put all that time into it.
The friends you made along the way.
I was like, oh, this is quite nostalgic, but I'd really like it if I could turn on the old fonts from the old LucasArts games. And then I found that option in a menu, and I turned on all the
They've made a
retro
concession
fonts.
to modern smoothenings.
Yeah, they have. And I was like, this looks smooth, and I hate it.
So legible.
So easy on the eye. And then I was like, oh, good, I can turn it back to the horrible, jagged font from the past. And then I did that. You can even turn off the voices if you want, if you don't want any. It's all voice acted, but if you're like, voices.
You should be able to turn on a feature where there's voices.
Oh, like 90s digitized speech.
Yeah.
Right, that should be an option.
That should be a feature.
Yeah, it's kind of X-Files-y and Twin Peaks-y. There's all mystery going on. And I know you love Twin Peaks.
I love Twin Peaks and I love X-Files. But I love Twin Peaks more. Wait. Yes, I love Twin Peaks more.
You'll go through to the next part of the game, and like it'll just cut to a security camera watching you. You're like, who is it? Why are they watching me? You don't know. We don't know.
And probably like Twin Peaks, you never find out and there's no resolution and then someone gets trapped in a doorknob.
Wow, Twin Peaks really went off, didn't it?
Yeah.
One more thing that annoyed me, that reminded me of games of the past, is I got stuck for ages and I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to do. I had a lot of leads, but I was like, I've exhausted everywhere in the town. I don't know what I should be doing.
Sure.
And then I just discovered I just needed to walk right off one of the screens. And there was like a whole giant bit that I hadn't seen. Tell you what though, it's super self-referential, this game. Like you go to pick up some broken glass, and she's like,
carefully handling broken glass? If this were a Sierra Online graphic adventure, I'd be dead now.
But game developers in the late 1980s realized that constant deaths weren't actually making the game more fun for players.
Right.
Okay. And you're like, yeah, okay, I see what you're
That sounds
doing.
like heavily self-referential.
Yeah.
Like almost like they're using the game as a chance to
get-
air some
get out
grievances
some funded-
to all who wronged me.
list of Ron Gilbert's enemies. But it was funded by Kickstarter by people who are rabidly into adventure games.
Sure. So that's what they want.
Yeah, I think they have a mandate to go ahead and create the most in-jokey adventure game of all time, because that's the people who they're making it for.
Cool.
It doesn't have to reach a wider audience because it's already funded. And as a fan of those things, it's just like every time I see something, I'm like, I recognize that, I know what that is. So,
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
It's fun.
Excellent. Well, thank you for telling me all about it, Andy.
No problem.
But from the past to the near future.
Yeah.
I guess what a segue this is.
Sure.
I'm going to quiz you on Persona 5. That's what's going to happen.
Sounds good.
Let's do that now. Wipe.
I'll navigate your escape route. Follow my directions.
Enemies here?
Suspect confirmed. Cuff him.
It can't be!
Think that all those crimes were led by a punk like this. You seem to be enjoying every second.
You transferred to Shujin Academy, correct?
I feel like we're gonna get along just fine as troublemakers.
Looks like you'll just have to live a normal, honest school life for the time being. Still, make sure you stay prepared just in case anything comes up.
Okay, let's do this!
I'm prepared. Let's focus and get moving. This is the best part of being a phantom thief! Yep, Good stuff. I'm satisfied.
Persona 5 is the latest RPG in the acclaimed Persona series and follows a gaggle of students in a Tokyo high school as they become aware of their Persona powers. It's already being hailed as one of the best JRPGs of all time, but how best to unpack the many thematic layers at work in a game of this dizzying scale?
Is it with a quiz?
Yes,
Oh, it
Andy.
might be.
This is the journey the knowledge will take.
It'll be like a core.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then we're just gonna
Two
center
scientists, each with a key, will go like in Andy's head and turn in sequence.
and
then we'll take the knowledge and we'll load it into what looks like an ordinary shaving foam can. And we'll take
give
that
it to Dennis Nedry.
Industrial competitors. Okay.
Yes.
Andy.
Yes.
Persona 5's drama unfolds within the hallowed halls of Shujin Academy, the fictional high school that Persona 5's protagonist transfers to, having been unfairly charged with assault and kicked out of school in his hometown. Which fictional high school would you most like to attend?
Oh, that's a good question.
It is a good question.
I'll have to think of some fictional high schools first.
How about the one from Power Rangers? That springs immediately to mind.
Do I get to be a Power Ranger? Am I just one of the kids who's
no.
like...
You're just one of the... In all these situations, you're just one of the kids.
I want to be one of the... Because I'd be like, I really wish I were a Power Ranger.
Well, it's a secret. You'd just be like, hey, those 5 kids are oddly colour-coded every day, but they don't seem to have anything else going on.
I assume in the town of Power Rangers. What's it? Powerville.
Hang on, let me look it up.
Okay, well, I assume in the city of Powerville, it's sort of an open secret. They can't openly acknowledge that they're the Power Rangers, because then they'll leave and their city will be vulnerable to giant monster attacks.
Angel Grove.
Angel Grove. Everyone knows, but they have to not say it. That's going to be hard, because you're going to, every time, like, you go, oh, Billy, do you want to go and hang out at the arcade? He'll be like, something just came up, and they'll be like, yeah, well, is it Power Rangers? And he'll be like, no, obviously not, but
not
on an
Power
unrelated.
Rangers.
And he'll be like, I have to go now, and then you see a giant robot stamping across the window,
Yeah.
and you're like, it's
Billy,
so obvious that you're the Power Rangers. Like, one day you would snap and be like, they're the Power Rangers, everyone knows they're the Power Rangers.
And everyone would be like,
then the town would make you disappear, because they don't want the Power Rangers
They
leaving.
don't like that.
They like
the Power Rangers bring in tourism.
They bring in the tourism. You are not bigger than the Power Rangers, young man. You're out of here.
Oh, what's the one in Buffy called?
I'd probably be getting got by vampires all the time, because I don't have Slayer powers. Oh, Galaxy High, you remember that series?
Hi, I'm Milo DeVenus, your class president. Welcome to Galaxy High. I thought you Earth people shook hands when you met somebody.
That was pretty cool, I like that one.
Hogwarts?
Hogwarts. Hogwarts would be great. Would I have wizard powers or would I be a...
Yeah, if
Okay,
you're in
well,
Hogwarts,
yeah.
you don't get to be like Harry or Ron, but that's a treat. Like the best position you can be in the wizarding world is like a wizard who's not Harry or any of the other protagonists.
Now, or maybe the Unseen University from the Discworld books.
Oh yeah.
Which is sort of like Hogwarts, but you don't get murdered all the time by Death Eaters. So.
Which is a point in any school's favour.
So I'm thinking, probably that, probably the Unseen University.
All right, it's technically a higher learning institution, but I will allow it.
Oh no.
So no.
Okay.
I've allowed it.
Okay,
it's
good.
fine. You do not have to worry. Okay. When Persona 5's protagonist and his pals become aware of their powers, they form the Phantom Thieves of Hearts, a vigilante group devoted to stealing corruption from the hearts of adults. Andy, if the Outside Xbox and Outside Xtra teams were to form a thieves guild, what would you call it and what would we steal?
Are we like a secret thieves guild, or are we very open about our thievery?
I think like
should we call it like...
I think we'd be open about it to the public, but our identities within it would be secret.
Okay,
I mean, as secret as they can be when we've just announced the formation of it on Show of the Week.
So we wouldn't have to call it like the legitimate businessman's operation.
No.
Something that says thievery, but also says, has maybe an O and an X in it.
To tease the police.
Yeah, exactly. So they're like, who could they be? And then secretly we're like, So, theft box.
Cool. Theft box it is. And what do we steal?
We steal something high value, but
but easy to steal because we don't have any skills.
And also, yes, I would like a victimless crime as well. Maybe we could steal
like art, something for like fancy fat cats. Fat cats. What about fat cats?
Oh, we could steal fat cats that people don't. They threw them out because they're fat. And they're being like...
It's not their fault they're fat.
Yeah, exactly. So we would steal them from the animal shelter where they're going to be put down for being too fat. And then we're going to take them home and love them. Overweight cats on like a treadmill.
Yeah,
just going... eating celery, and then we can release them into the wild. And Theft Box, the fat
Box.
cat stealing organisation.
Yeah.
You overfeed your cats, that cat's getting stolen.
By us.
By Theft Box, not us.
Oh yeah,
Could be
yeah. By
the mysterious organisation Theft Box.
Known as Theft Box. Who is it? Who are they?
Who could they be?
I don't know who they are. Andy.
Yes.
As with other Persona games, the protagonist of Persona 5 is a silent one, making very, very few audible noises. Andy, if you could choose any silent protagonist from video games to join you on an adventure, who would you choose? James says it's obvious.
Rolling his eyes. James is thinking Gordon Freeman.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I could tell he's thinking Gordon Freeman. And it's a good answer. It's
a good
handy
shout.
with the crowbar.
Yeah.
If I had any science questions, I could ask him yes or no questions that he could nod or shake his head to.
Yeah, that's true. What is pi? Is it 3.1.1?
3.141592653? No. Thanks.
Is that really pi?
Gordon. Up to 9, yeah. Up to 9.
You know pi up to 9?
Yeah.
Testing it, go.
3.
Wait, hang on, wait, I'm not ready.
Okay, test me. 3.141592654.
It's 3 at the end.
Yeah, but is that rounding up? What's the next number?
Yes, it
higher than
is!
5?
Yes, it is. So, of course. Link from Zelda is
He
silent
makes sounds, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, but
when he falls off
yeah, he
things.
does. But he's a silent protagonist.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think Link would be weird to hang out with. He'd just sit there looking all elegant and glorious, but not saying anything. And you'd just be a bit like, give it a rest, mate.
So you don't want to hang out with Link because
it a
he's
rest.
too attractive and capable.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to
Gordon
step
Freeman
down.
is non-threatening in that way. Like, and he is, like I said, handy with a crowbar.
He also has that
Nice.
incredible ability to sort of wander into a building and you'd be able to find your way through it, just in dint of it being the only path.
Yes, he goes towards light sources. So
like a moth.
Yeah, like a moth. You could lead him around. Yeah, I would say Gordon Freeman. Then I go with James's.
Gordon Freeman.
Yeah.
James, you nailed it. Andy.
Yes.
Personas are manifestations of the main character's inner psyche, and the first persona you'll meet in the game is Arsene.
I am the pillager of Twilight, Arsene!
A winged figure based on Arsène Lupin, the fictional gentleman thief in the stories of Arthur Conan Doyle contemporary Maurice Leblanc. See, you're learning so much. Andy, with this paper and this Sharpie, I'm going to give you a minute to draw your persona.
Okay.
Go.
All right.
It's got a head, so that's good. Ooh, okay. Let's see where this is going. There's a lot going on here.
It's a lot of detail.
A lot of detail. Ooh, didn't expect that.
Okay, let's get...
Waiting for the clothes to be drawn on. Oh, here they come.
No clothes.
3, 2, 1, and stop.
Okay.
And name it.
Okay, he's called... It's a vampire cowboy called Count High Noon.
Count High Noon. There he is. It's pretty good.
Combining my love of both vampires and cowboys.
Pretty good, actually.
Now I'm going to give you another minute to draw my persona.
Oh man.
And go.
Oh, okay.
I'm liking where it's going.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't show up to personas. I'm out of Persona Club, basically, is what's happening here. Okay, you want to name him?
Okay.
Okay. My persona with which I will be fighting the forces of evil is Funky Cat's Fresh.
Funky Cat Too Fresh.
Funky Cat Too Fresh.
He's a breakdancing cat who's too legit to quit. Well, I've combined your love of cats and your love of fresh.
My love of being funky fresh.
Your love of fresh breakdancing. I had a minute, no preparation.
You know what? Let's just look. Count High Noon. Funky Cat Too Fresh. Count High Noon. Funky Cat Too Fresh.
What? They make an unbeatable team. I don't see what you're complaining about. There's millions of high school students who love a persona like Funky Cat Too Fresh. So how could it better capture your personality?
I am looking at my inner psyche. Here I was doing a persona quiz, reaching into your mind, and here you are, just reaching into my
and
deep into my lizard brain.
Fully extracting.
Like
fully formed the character of Funky Cat Too Fresh from your psyche.
That is all the questions I have for you, Andy.
Good. Did I win?
Yes. We learned a lot about Persona. It's out this week.
If you pre-order, you get the characters Count High Noon and Funky Cat Too Fresh.
Funky Cat Too Fresh, controversial DLC. He should have been in the main game.
Well, if you walled him off behind DLC. Thanks a lot.
Let's see what you guys have been saying in the comments. Last week we exposed some of the games that tried to trick us all into learning things.
Luigi's first starring role sees him travelling to real-world cities, absorbing local culture and replacing stolen artifacts by visiting information kiosks to answer trivia puzzles.
Brett Dominic pointed out another game that hoodwinked us, saying, like that time Pokemon tricked us all into going outside. Shudders. It was so cold.
Released in July, Luke.
So cold.
Commentator Runari has another suggestion, writing, pretty sure the original Tetris taught me spatial awareness. Anytime I'm packing boxes or a vehicle, it's all tightly packed, multicoloured lines.
That's very true. However, Roz Turner points out, it's annoying when the bottom half of all your luggage disappears though.
Right? My last holiday was a complete write-off.
I did tell you to leave a space at the side of the car for a long, thin piece of luggage. Elsewhere on the channel, Ellen and I jumped into Zelda again to take on the challenge of Eventide Island. I'm going to float down, land on his chest, silently, and I'm going to take the orb.
Oh my god. Run!
However, Eric Lau has noticed something with your Zelda Let's Plays, saying, so when Luke says we are jumping back into Zelda, he actually means him playing and Ellen watching, as always.
But I'm more practiced.
Yeah, I wonder why. Also, in last week's show of the weekend, Luke talked about the corner gun in Get Even.
Christmas 2017, everyone's going to be opening hinges on Christmas morning, or hinged products, you'll see. Think how many hinges you're using already. Just think about it. That's all I'm asking. Just be open-minded. Hinge your mind open.
Magic Carpal Tunnel got a bit sick of your hinge talk, Luke. Oh my god, enough with the hinges. I swear I'm about to cringe. Yeah, that one was bad. I'll see myself out.
Yes, you will see yourself out through the door, which works because of a hinge. It's all covered in my zeitgeist-defining self-published ebook, 2017 Year of the Hinge. Available soon.
Wait, is that the golden business opportunity you were talking about that I lent you $5,000 to get off the ground? Anyway, thanks for Luke. My line.
Jeez, okay.
Sorry, recently you never know who's going to try and steal your limelight. Dental floss, an antique camera, and a rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle.
Or, I could... Sorry. You walked all over my line, chicken.
Damn chicken, thinks it's so great hogging our show.
Hey man, focus on your friends, not on the chicken. No bad vibes here on the purple sofa, right?
I don't know, I've been hurt here before.
April's
my birthday month. It's the best month. Shout out to April. Whoop, whoop.
The Fool's Month.
What's this aggression? Where does this naked aggression come from? Yeah, that was the last straw.
Speaking of straws, did I show you this incredible innovation? Ooh, new straw technology. Look at that.
They got like little holes in it and everything.
That's insane. Hang on. I almost couldn't stop.
Yes, Luke, we've all seen the straw, and we've seen you through another emotional episode of Show of the Weekend.
Yes, thank you for watching, guys. It's always lovely to see your comments, so please leave them. Let us know what fictional high school you'd like to attend, and if you think Andy was on the money with my Persona.
Funky Cat Too Fresh.
Funky Cat Too Fresh.
In stores soon.
There's loads more Show of the Weekend to watch, and those other videos as well, both on Outside Extra and on Outside Xbox.
Hey, go over there as well.
So check them out, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and all the rest, and we will see you next time. But for now, it's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me, and we're going to cut to the card of Luke and Ellen crossing. Can I just...
Oh yeah,
I'll do that.
We'll
play the music.